Hello everybody, this is Cheri at djsundry.blogspot.com, and I have a pretty simple little card that I'm going to make for you today for a baby shower. Now I have these card bases that I cut up using white daisy cardstock from Close to My Heart, and I just cut a bunch of 4-inch wide by 8-inch bases and folded them, and I just have them set aside so when I need a quick card I have it cut and ready to go. I actually had done these for some samples that I didn't end up using, and it's kind of nice to just jump into my stash when I need it. So that forms a little 4x4 card, and for this card that's going to be perfect because I just want kind of a little a special gift enclosure. I also have this piece of leftover Blossom cardstock. This is from the Blossom collection that's currently available, although not for much longer. And the piece that I had, I wanted to cut it about 3 3/4 square, but the piece was just a tad bit narrower than that. And so the measurement on it is not exactly as perfect as I would like. I think it's more like 3 5/8, closer to right around there. So I am just going to start this card off by putting that down as the base. Again, this is super simple. It will be adorable, I think. I see it in my head. I haven't tried to put it on paper yet, but I see it in my head. So we're going to start just like that with that, and then I'm going to set that aside. Then I have a piece of scrap here, and this is just some white cardstock I had sitting literally on my desk. I don't think it's white daisy. It's thinner than what Close to My Heart cardstock is, but it's white and it will work just fine. And I pulled a couple stamp sets. Now the first stamp set that I pulled is kind of an old one. This is Stamp of the Month, Family is Forever. And I believe this was from back in September, but the one I want to use is Sweet Moments because I thought that was rather fitting for a baby. So I'm going to set that aside. And then the other stamp set that I'm going to use is this cute little cuddly Salutations. And I like this one for baby cards because it just reminds me of little friendly baby animals. And I'm using the little canary on that. So what I'm going to do is we're going to start with just some simple black ink, because we're going to do a little bit of coloring. And this piece is not cut to fit anything. I'm just going to use it, and then we'll cut it down to see kind of where we're going with this project in a little while. So we're going to start by inking up our Sweet Moments. And I thought about doing this in color, but I decided I just want the pop of color to be what I do with my coloring. But I am going to make sure it's all wiped off, because I tend to leave ink behind. And I'm kind of going to put it a little ways up so that I have some give. So when I decide what I want to do, I can cut it appropriately once we have it all stamped and colored and ready to go. So that's the first one. And then I have my little canary here. And I am going to also stamp it. Again, wiping off the extra black. And then, let's see, where do I want that? Now I'm just going to kind of set her off to the side here, like she's almost perched on the sentiment, just like that. And we'll set our stamps aside. Put away my ink. Then I pulled 2 different Shin Hand Touch markers from Close to My Heart. The first one is BR96 Mahogany, and the second one is the Pastel Green, which I'm hoping is going to come up a little bit more yellow than green. And what I want to do is I'm going to start by taking the brush tip of this brown one, and I'm going to do just a few little accents on the bird. Not really noticeable, just light accents. And then I'm going to take this guy, and I'm going to fill him in. Oh good, I'm liking that color. And actually, that bird's a little bit even more delicate than I thought, so I'm going to use the smaller side, and we're just going to color him right in. Nothing fancy, I'm not doing any fancy shading. If you are into all of that, that's great. And sometimes I would like to learn how to do that a little bit more with the markers. I do like to do it with my Distress inks and my watercolors, but this time I just wanted something super, super simple. And I think that's it on that. So now I'm going to decide how big do I want this? Do I really want it centered in there? Actually, let's see. Let's go ahead and start. Remember, you can always take more off, but you can't add it back on. So since I went 3 and, it was about 5/8, let's come down to about, well, let's start by seeing how wide this is. So it's about 3 1/4-ish. So let's just make a 3 1/4-inch square. Because like I said, we can always take more off, but we can't put more back on. So that's going to kind of go like that. And you know, I want more off because I want more of my background paper to show. So I am just going to take quite a lot off. And I'll even pull a little tad off the bottom. There we go. I think I kind of like that. Okay, so we're going to leave that just like so. And now I want to see what pop of color do I want to give it. I am going to turn off the camera and get a little piece of ribbon. I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back and I went into my ribbon stash and I found my daffodil ribbon from 3 Girl Jam, and I used my 3 Girl Jam bow maker and tied a bow. Now, I actually am going to untie the bow because it's been a long time since I've used my 3 Girl Jam bow maker, and I just want to show you how super easy it is to use this. So I have it set on the 2nd and the 4th hole, and you just I'm just doing a simple bow, nothing fancy. So I'm going to bring it around to the front like this and cross. Then I'm going to take it back to the back and bring it under, and you can kind of see how the loop is forming there. Whoops, let it slip. And then I'm just going to simply tie it down, and I've got my bow. So, and I left the tails long on purpose because we're going to kind of play with those. So let's go ahead and attach our card. And tape it down good. And I decided that I want to kind of center it along the bottom, leaving just, again, I'm just eyeballing it, leaving just a little bit there. Now I have some glue dots here, and I am going to start by picking up one glue dot, and I'm just going to kind of roll it in my hand and put it under the back of my bow. I'm going to put it up in the corner, just like so. Now what I want to do is I want to have it look kind of natural, but I don't want it flopping and losing it. So I'm going to take another glue dot, roll it in my finger, got black ink on my hands. I'm going to stick it kind of under the tail of that and then just kind of press it down. So it kind of gives that natural wavy look, even though it's really not really all that natural and wavy. And then on this side, I am going to do the same thing, again, picking up a glue dot. I'm going to put, this time I'm going to put it down on the white because I want to see where that's, I want to put my ribbon and see how it goes there, just like so. And then I will just trim off at an angle so it doesn't ravel my little bit of tail, just like that. Okay, so there we've got that, and that will actually, so it's not really coming in as much as I would like, so we'll just kind of twist it and bring it in just a little bit more, just like so. So now I'm using my ribbon and my bow to kind of frame out this simple little card. I'm not putting this in an envelope or anything, it'll just go with the little gift that I'm given. So I'm going to trim just a tad bit more off since we kind of straightened that out a little bit. Kind of give it a little bit of fluff. And now the last thing that I want to do to finish it off is I'm going to take my Crocodile corner chomper. I'm going to use the 3/8 inch chomper because it's a little bit bigger. And I'm just going to line this up in one corner, and it did not line well, and just kind of trim off that one corner. And there we have it. Super simple card, kind of fun for my friend, and to celebrate the birth of her new baby. So thanks so much for stopping by today, and remember, take some time to enjoy the little things. Have a great day. Bye.